All right, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Vocabulary. We're in chapters 13 and 14, the last two chapters of the nouns, adjectives, and pronouns. These are the chapters. Chapter 13 is about demonstrative pronouns, and chapter 14 is about relative pronouns. So let's get started. Chapter 13, vocabulary. Here we go with gune. Say gune. Gune is the word for woman or wife. It is a feminine noun. And one thing to note about gune is a third declension noun, and the stem is gunaik. So gunaikos is the genitive singular form of gune. And you can look in the appendix to see how gune declines all the way around. So gune. Here's our next word, dikayasune. Dikayasune. This is a feminine noun. And it is righteousness, and it is part of the word family, the cognate family and group of dikaya. So dikayasune, dikayadzo is the verb to justify, dikayon is the adjective just or right. Okay. Dodeka. Dodeka. It means 12. Deka is 10. Do is 2, so 10 and 2 is 12. You can guess why 12 is a word that occurs quite a bit in the New Testament. So you got 12 tribes, you got 12 pillars, you got 12 apostles. There you go. It also does not change in its form. You can see that. Okay. Heautu. Heautu. Heautu is it means himself, herself, or itself, or in the plural, themselves. One thing is very interesting about heautu is it never occurs in the nominative, and that's why its lexical form is listed as a genitive singular, heautu. So you can see autos in there somewhere, but the he gives you a reflexive pronoun. It makes it a reflexive pronoun. So heautu, you see there heautes, heautu. It's either himself, herself, or itself. All right. Ekenos. Ekenos. This is what we learned in this chapter about the demonstrative pronoun, meaning that, and those. So you can see over here and how many times it occurs. Here's another word, a, which is or than. And he has a little note here, not to confuse this with the article hey, which always has rough breathing. I would add also from the next chapter, not to confuse it with the relative pronoun, the nominative feminine singular relative pronoun hey. So these are some things, and you can see in the appendix some places where you might see words that look quite a bit alike, where rough breathing and accent marks matter. All right, here we go. Kago. Kago. And I or but I. This is kago is crassus of kai and ego. There's also, this will also, since this is ego, you can also see the crassus with kame and kamoi. So kai connects and combines with ego and the various forms of ego. Makarios. Makarios. Makaria, Makarion. Blessed or happy. Makarios. There you go. And then we have megas. Megas. Megale, mega. So this is the masculine form. This is the feminine form. This is the neuter form of the word large or great. And of course, remembering this, mega means large or great, and there's used as a as an add-on to English words. This shouldn't be a strange idea. Okay, polis. Polis. Polis is a feminine noun meaning city. A polis. In your book, in your textbook, it should say this P omicron lambda, not a sigma, but an iota with a little line underneath it. And that iota with a line underneath it is the consonantal iota. We saw that also with the word pistis. And we also saw the genitive singular form of pistis is pisteos, and polis is a similar word. So polis in the genitive singular is paleos, and it is a feminine noun. All nouns that are consonantal iotas are feminine. All right. And here's a word that we saw the whole paradigm for earlier in the chapter, polis. Polis. Pale, palu, meaning much, or in the plural, many. It is also used as an adverb meaning often. But polis, and the stem of polis is pala with two lambdas, and you can see how that declines back a couple pages ago. I believe it's on page 110, I think, is what it is. All right, let's keep going. Pos means how, and is a question, interrogative, how. Pos. And then we have the word semeion, ta semeion. It means sign or miracle. Semeion, sign or miracle. All right, we're going to move over to our next chapter, which is going to be chapter 14, relative pronouns. Obviously, the paradigm for the relative pronoun is there in 14.7, and you should be familiar with that and be able to identify and parse those various forms of the relative pronoun. We are going to look at the vocabulary for this. All right, here we go. Aletheia. Aletheia means truth. Aletheia. So I am the way, he hadas, he aletheia, the truth, and the life, he zoe. And we saw that in John 14 as we were reading through that portion. All right, our next word. Eirene. Eirene. Feminine noun meaning peace. Peace. If you know someone named Irene, they are named after peace. If you know of, if you use the word Irenic, someone with an Irenic spirit is someone who is peaceful. Okay. Next word, enopion. Enopion. Enopion occurs as a preposition in the genitive, and it means before. Enopion. Okay, our next word. Epangelia. Epangelia. Epangelia is a feminine noun. It means promise. You probably recognize the angel in here. An angelos is a messenger. An angelia is a message. An epangelia is a promise. So epangelia. We also note that euangelia is the good message or the good news or the gospel. That's going to show up later. But here we have epangelia, promise. This word occurs quite a bit in the book of Hebrews, and so 52 times in the New Testament, epangelia. All right. Hepta. Hepta, meaning seven. Hepta is in here probably entirely because of Johannine literature. You've got the seven churches of Revelation. You've got the seven signs of John. You've got the seven bowls, the seven trumpets, the seven seals, the seven churches. So seven is one of John's favorite numbers there. All right, let's keep going. Thronos. Thronos. Ha thronos means throne. Very difficult to memorize, thronos. Okay. Jerusalem. Jerusalem, Jerusalem. And Jerusalem doesn't change its form, but the article in front of it will change to show you whether it is in the genitive or the dative or the accusative, but it is He Jerusalem, and it is a feminine noun. The city of peace. All right, here's a preposition, kata, kata. I always remember kata in the genitive is down from or against because you kata, like you chop like a kata. Anyway, this is the way I remember things. Kata, or that's one way of remembering. The other thing in the accusative, kata in the accusative is according to. And one way to remember this is the titles of the Gospels in Greek are the Gospels kata Mathion, according to Matthew, or kata Markon, according to Mark, kata Lukon, according to Luke, or kata Ioannein, according to John. So kata means against, chop down, or according to, because of the Gospels. So kata, and you can see how this, when you follow by a vowel, the elision of the alpha there, or the aspiration of the tau when you have a rough breather. You can see that there. All right, here's our next vocabulary word, kephale. Kephale. And kephale is feminine. Hey, kephale, meaning head. All right. Hadas. Hadas. Hey, hadas. Hadas is an interesting word. It means the way or the road or the journey. And the stem is hada, but it is a feminine noun. It is a second declension noun, but it is feminine. So although this word appears to be masculine, it's really feminine. It's a second declension feminine noun, because we know that declension is not entirely tied to gender. So, so this is a feminine noun in the second declension. All right. Here's our relative pronoun, has, hey, ha, and it translates as who or which. All right, you can see the occurrence, the amount of occurrences of the relative pronoun are here, and you can see that that makes some sense to be very familiar with the relative pronoun. All right, here we go. Hate, hate, meaning when. Not to be confused with hati, which is that since or because. This is hate, which is when. Okay, here we go. Hutos, hutos, means thus, so, or in this manner. This is not the demonstrative pronoun hutos, meaning this or these. This is hutos, which is means thus, so, or in this manner. It's a conjunction. All right, here we go. Ploion. Ploion is ship or boat, means, and it is neuter, ta ploion, means ship or boat, and this is probably in here predominantly because of the Gospels and because of the book of Acts. So ploion is a noun that means ship or boat. All right, here we go. Hrema, hrema, ta hrema. Rhema is a mot stem, as you can see here in the genitive singular. Hrematas is the genitive singular form, means word or saying. Here's the stem, rhemat, and it has a rough breather above the row. All right. Te, te means and or so. It's got a weaker in force than kai. You'll oftentimes see te with another, like a de or a men, and it's stringing together certain things. But te, you'll see it in the text a little bit, and so be aware. You would just translate it as and or so. All right. Care, care, which hey care is a feminine noun, meaning hand or finger. I don't know, arm, I guess it means arm as well. Most of the times you see it in the New Testament, it will mean hand. So kairos, meaning is the genitive singular form of hand or care. All right, and lastly, psuche, psuche. Hey, psuche, meaning soul or life. This is where we get the word psychology from. Psychology is the study of the self or the soul. All right, after today, we've finished the chapters leading up to, chapter 14 is our last chapter on nouns, adjectives, or pronouns, and you will have memorized 66% of the words that occur in the New Testament. So that is a great accomplishment, and we're getting ready for the midterm. So study hard, know your vocabulary, and get ready to translate. Looking forward to seeing how you guys do on the midterm.